Have you ever felt something unusual while lying in bed? Strange dreams, sudden sensations, or emotions you can't explain? What if these experiences aren't random, but signs that you're more connected than you realize? In this video, we're diving into 5 strange habits that happen in the bed of the chosen ones. And some of them might feel surprisingly familiar. Have you ever felt like you were born different? As if the world around you operates on one frequency, but you're tuned into another? The idea of the chosen ones has existed for centuries, across cultures and beliefs. These are people who seem to carry something unique, an invisible light, a deeper sensitivity, a silent understanding that goes beyond logic. They're not necessarily powerful or famous, but their presence feels intentional, almost guided. The chosen ones are said to hold an elevated energy, a spiritual awareness that makes them more connected to what lies beyond the visible world. They sense things others overlook, emotions, vibrations, even moments that seem to exist between time itself. Often, they've experienced pain, isolation, or deep transformation that awakened something inside them, a calling, a purpose that feels greater than themselves. This connection isn't random. It's believed that when someone carries this heightened energy, their entire life becomes a dialogue with the unseen, and that includes their sleep. While the rest of the world dreams in silence, the chosen are still communicating, still receiving, still aligning with the forces that guide them. Their nights are not just a break from reality, they're a continuation of their journey. In the stillness of their bed, their energy field expands, their intuition sharpens, and their soul listens. This is why so many of their strange habits appear when they lie down to rest. It's not a coincidence, it's a sign of who they are. Because for the chosen ones, sleep isn't just about recovery, it's about revelation. It's the sacred moment when the body rests, but the spirit awakens to truths that the waking mind can barely understand. Habit 1. Waking up at 3 a.m. Have you ever found yourself waking up suddenly in the middle of the night, looking at the clock and realizing it's exactly 3 a.m.? It happens so often that it almost feels intentional, as if something or someone wants your attention. For many people, this exact moment feels eerie, even unsettling, but for those considered the chosen ones, it carries a much deeper meaning. The 3 a.m. hour has been called many things throughout history. The witching hour, the hour of the soul, or the time of the veil. Spiritually, it is believed to be the time when the barrier between the physical and the spiritual world becomes thinnest, when the unseen is most active, and communication between realms becomes possible. This is why waking at this time can feel so intense, almost electric. From a practical point of view, our bodies naturally move through different sleep cycles during the night, and around 3 in the morning, we often shift between deep sleep and lighter REM stages. But for those who experience this regularly, especially with a sense of presence or energy, it can signify something more profound. Many who identify as spiritually sensitive report waking at this time with sudden bursts of clarity, emotional surges, or the strange feeling of being called. Some describe hearing a message, a word, or simply feeling watched over. It's as if the universe is whispering, "Wake up. There's something you need to hear." Throughout different spiritual traditions, the number 3 represents divine balance, body, mind, and spirit, past, present, and future. It's a symbol of unity, creation, and awakening. So when someone repeatedly wakes at 3 a.m., it's often seen as a moment of energetic alignment, a reminder that they are being guided or prepared for something. For the chosen ones, it may mark a phase of transformation or spiritual activation, when their internal frequency begins to match higher vibrations. This can feel uncomfortable at first. The body might react with restlessness, warmth, or a racing mind. Yet beneath that unease lies an invitation to awaken not just physically, but spiritually. Instead of rushing to fall back asleep or turning on the lights in fear, consider staying still for a moment. Pay attention to what you feel. Is your mind racing with a specific thought? Do you sense calmness or a message forming within your intuition? Sometimes these moments hold insights that can't reach us during the noise of the day. When the world is silent and your consciousness floats between wakefulness and dreams, your soul becomes most receptive. Journaling what you experience after waking can reveal patterns or recurring themes, symbols, emotions, or ideas that repeat themselves. Over time, you may start to understand what this hour is trying to tell you. Some say that at 3 a.m., your guides, ancestors, or higher self are closest to you, gently trying to communicate. Others see it as a moment when your energy is recalibrating after emotional or spiritual growth. Regardless of belief, the pattern itself deserves attention. If it's happening regularly, it may indicate that your inner self is undergoing change. The chosen ones often live through cycles of awakening, and this hour serves as a checkpoint, an opportunity to realign with their path. However, it's important to stay grounded. Not every 3 a.m. awakening is mystical. Stress, anxiety, or an overactive mind can also interrupt sleep. The key difference lies in how you feel during and after the moment. If it leaves you feeling drained or uneasy, it might simply be your body asking for balance. But if it fills you with curiosity, peace, or quiet awareness, it could be your spirit inviting you to listen. Learning to tell these experiences apart is part of the growth process for those walking the path of awareness. Over time, waking up at 3 a.m. can shift from a moment of confusion to one of empowerment. The chosen ones learn to use it as a spiritual checkpoint, time to breathe deeply, meditate, or offer a simple thought of gratitude for the guidance they receive. They stop fearing the darkness and instead see it as sacred space, a classroom of the soul. In that silence, they remember that the night is not an absence of light, but an environment where inner light reveals itself. So the next time you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., resist the urge to label it as strange or random. Instead, ask yourself, what if this is not an interruption, but an invitation? What if something within you and around you is gently reminding you that you are not alone, that your energy is shifting toward something greater? The bed of the chosen ones is not just a place to sleep. It's a place of transformation, a stage where the dialogue between heaven and earth continues quietly, rhythmically at the edge of night, and 3 a.m. is the moment when that conversation begins. Habit 2. Feeling a presence. While sleeping, have you ever been lying in bed, half asleep, and suddenly felt that you were not alone? Maybe the air around you seemed to change, the room grew heavier or strangely still, and for a moment you could swear that something or someone was there with you. This experience is far more common than most people admit, and for the chosen ones, it carries a deep and mysterious meaning. The feeling of a presence while sleeping isn't always frightening. In fact, for those who walk a spiritual path, it can be a sign of heightened sensitivity, an indication that their awareness extends beyond the physical world. When the mind relaxes and the body falls into stillness, the energetic field surrounding us becomes more open. This is when the unseen world can make itself known. For the chosen ones, the night is not just a time for rest, it is a sacred space for connection. Their energy tends to attract both light and curiosity from the spiritual realm. They are like radio transmitters, tuned to frequencies that others cannot hear. When you feel a presence, it might be your spirit guides, ancestors, or even a fragment of energy passing through. These presences can appear to comfort, to protect, or to deliver subtle messages. Sometimes it feels like a wave of warmth surrounding the body. Other times it may feel like a gentle pressure on the bed, or a cool breeze brushing the skin. The key is not to react in fear, but to observe calmly. Science explains some of these sensations as hypnagogic states, those moments between wakefulness and sleep when the brain mixes dream imagery with reality. But even within those explanations, there's room for mystery. The chosen ones experience these states more vividly because their consciousness remains partially awake, bridging the gap between the physical and the energetic. They may feel vibrations, hear faint whispers, or sense an emotional tone in the room. These are not necessarily hallucinations. They can be the language of energy translated through the senses. Across many cultures, this phenomenon has been described as the visit of a spirit or the touch of a guardian. Ancient texts spoke of angels appearing during the night, while indigenous traditions believed that ancestors walk among the living in the quiet hours before dawn. For the chosen ones, feeling a presence is often a sign of spiritual alignment. Their energy field becomes a beacon, and those on the other side recognize that light. The purpose is rarely to scare. It is to remind them that they are guided, watched over, and never truly alone. However, not all presences feel peaceful. Sometimes the energy feels dense or heavy, causing restlessness or fear. This can happen when emotional residue from the day, or from others, lingers in the environment. Chosen ones are highly sensitive to this. Their energy acts like a sponge, absorbing the emotions and frequencies around them. The best response is not panic, but purification. Simple acts like deep breathing, prayer, or visualizing a bright light around the body can restore balance and clarity. Remember, your space responds to your vibration. When you center yourself in calm and intention, discordant energies naturally fade away. Feeling a presence while sleeping is also a reminder that consciousness never fully turns off. While the body rests, the spirit remains active, exploring dimensions and exchanging information. This is why some awaken with a strong sense of knowing or sudden emotional shifts. Something unseen may have been communicating, healing, or preparing them for the next step in their path. Many chosen ones report that these nights, though strange, leave them feeling more connected to their purpose in the morning. If this happens to you, approach it with curiosity, not fear. Keep a small notebook by your bed. When you sense a presence or wake feeling charged with emotion, write it down immediately. Over time, patterns may emerge. Similar sensations, recurring themes, or moments that coincide with major decisions or transformations in your life. These are the whispers of guidance that appear when the conscious mind is quiet enough to listen. To ground yourself during these moments, focus on your breath. Feel the rhythm of your inhale and exhale anchoring you in your body. Silently affirm your safety and your intention to receive only energy of love and light. You are in control of your space. What enters must align with your vibration. As you do this, you'll notice that what once felt like fear begins to feel like recognition. For the chosen ones, feeling a presence while sleeping is a reminder that their journey is never solitary. The universe moves with them, communicates with them, and occasionally reaches through the veil to remind them that they are seen. The bed becomes more than a place of rest. It becomes a sacred bridge between worlds, a place where the soul remembers its vastness and its connection to everything. So the next time the air around you feels alive, don't rush to turn on the light or dismiss it as imagination. Instead, pause, breathe, and listen. Something greater may be standing right beside you, not to frighten you, but to remind you that your light has been noticed. Habit 3. Vivid, lucid, or prophetic dreams. Have you ever woken up from a dream so real that it stayed with you for days, as if it had actually happened? Maybe you've had dreams that seem to predict an event, reveal hidden emotions, or deliver a message that you couldn't quite explain. For the chosen ones, dreams are not random images created by the mind. They are a language, a form of communication between the conscious self, the higher self, and the unseen world. This is one of the most fascinating and mysterious habits that occur in the bed of the chosen ones. Their dreams are often vivid, lucid, or prophetic. Dreams have always been a bridge between worlds. In ancient civilizations, dreams were treated as sacred messages from the divine. Prophets, shamans, and mystics all relied on dreams to guide their people and make sense of what the waking mind could not. For those considered the chosen ones, this connection is stronger because their spiritual sensitivity keeps the door between dimensions open, even while they sleep. Their subconscious doesn't simply rest. It travels, explores, and receives information. The result is a kind of dream that feels more like an experience than a vision, so detailed, so emotionally charged, that it leaves an imprint long after waking. A vivid dream often feels brighter and more intense than ordinary dreams. Colors are sharper, sounds are clearer, and emotions are deeper. The chosen ones experience this because their energy body remains active during sleep. It's as though their awareness hovers between the physical and the spiritual, allowing them to access a higher frequency of consciousness. In these dreams, symbols can carry powerful meaning. A door might represent opportunity, water might reflect emotions, or light might symbolize awakening. Understanding these signs requires intuition, not logic, because the language of dreams is poetic, not literal. Lucid dreams, on the other hand, are when the dreamer becomes aware that they are dreaming. This awareness gives them the ability to explore the dream world with intention. For the chosen ones, lucid dreaming is more than entertainment. It's a form of spiritual training. In the lucid state, they can practice letting go of fear, facing inner shadows, or connecting with guiding energies. It's a safe space for transformation, where they can learn lessons that the waking world might make too overwhelming. Many chosen ones describe lucid dreams as classrooms of the soul, where every experience carries a message tailored to their growth. Then there are prophetic dreams, those that seem to show glimpses of the future or reveal hidden truths. These dreams often come with a different feeling. They are not chaotic or random. They carry clarity, stillness, and a sense of importance. Upon waking, the chosen one knows that what they saw wasn't just imagination. Sometimes these dreams warn of upcoming events, offer insight into relationships, or confirm that they are on the right path. While skeptics might dismiss them as coincidence, the chosen ones understand that energy and time are not linear. The dream realm operates beyond those limits, allowing glimpses of what is yet to unfold. However, this ability can be overwhelming. Vivid or prophetic dreams can stir strong emotions, fear, excitement, confusion, and make it hard to rest. That's why it's important for the chosen ones to ground themselves before sleep. A calm mind and a clear intention create a safe space for the subconscious to travel. Simple rituals such as quiet breathing, soft music, or writing down a prayer or affirmation can help set the tone. Upon waking, keeping a dream journal is essential. Recording the details immediately, symbols, colors, feelings, even fragments of dialogue, can reveal patterns over time. These patterns become a personal map of communication between the self and the unseen. It's also worth noting that not every dream has a deep meaning. Some are simply reflections of daily stress, random memories, or mental processing. The difference lies in how the dream feels. If it carries a strong emotional charge, if it repeats, or if it feels sacred in some way, that's when the chosen ones pay attention. Over time, they learn to recognize the frequency of true messages, those that come with peace and clarity rather than fear or chaos. The habit of vivid, lucid, or prophetic dreaming is both a gift and a responsibility. It requires balance, humility, and awareness. The chosen ones must remember that the dream world is not just a playground, but a mirror. What appears there reflects their inner state and the energies they attract. When they learn to listen, dreams become more than visions. They become guidance. So the next time you wake from a dream that feels too real to ignore, don't dismiss it as imagination. Sit with it. Ask what it might be trying to show you. The chosen ones know that their bed is more than a place for rest. It's a portal, a sacred space where messages from the universe can reach them. In that realm between sleep and waking, the soul speaks in images and emotions, and those who are open enough to listen find wisdom that the waking world often hides. Habit 4. Physical or energetic sensations during sleep. Have you ever been lying in bed, just about to fall asleep, when you suddenly feel a wave of energy rush through your body? Maybe it feels like gentle vibrations, warmth spreading from your chest, or even a light pressure that you can't explain. For most people, these sensations are confusing or even frightening. But for the chosen ones, they are signs that something much deeper is happening. These physical or energetic sensations during sleep are not random. They are messages from the body and the spirit, signals that the soul is aligning with a higher frequency. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss more content like this. That way, you'll always be up to date with our upcoming videos. Now, let's continue. Many of the chosen ones experience sensations that science might label as sleep paralysis, hypnagogic jerks, or muscle twitches. But spiritually, these moments can also mark energetic shifts. The human body is not just flesh and bone. It is surrounded and interwoven with energy fields. When those fields begin to expand or adjust, the body can react. The chosen ones, being more attuned to subtle vibrations, often feel these adjustments more strongly. It might begin as a tingling in the hands, a pulse of warmth along the spine, or a sudden rush of energy through the chest. While others may dismiss these sensations, the chosen ones know they often coincide with periods of transformation, awakening, or healing. During sleep, the body enters its most receptive state. The conscious mind quiets, and the energy system, what many traditions call the aura or life force, works freely. This is when blocked emotions, stress, or stagnant energy begin to release. The process can feel strange. The chosen ones might feel as though their entire body is buzzing or vibrating. Some describe it as if they're plugged into a source of electricity, but instead of pain, they feel clarity and lightness afterward. These sensations are not meant to scare, but to remind them that their energy is alive and evolving. Across different cultures, similar sensations have been described during spiritual awakenings. In Hindu philosophy, this energy is known as Kundalini, a life force believed to rest at the base of the spine until it awakens and rises through the body. When this happens, it can bring waves of heat, pulsations, or a tingling that moves upward. In other traditions, it's referred to as spiritual activation or energetic alignment. For the chosen ones, these experiences often happen naturally, especially when they are stepping into new levels of awareness or purpose. Their sleep becomes the stage where their energy recalibrates to meet their next chapter. However, not all sensations are gentle. Sometimes these energetic shifts can feel heavy or even uncomfortable. The body might tense, the heart might race, or breathing might feel shallow for a moment. This happens because as energy moves, it pushes against emotional resistance or old wounds. The chosen ones are encouraged to remain calm and centered when this occurs. Fear can amplify discomfort, but acceptance allows the energy to flow smoothly. Breathing deeply and reminding oneself, "I am safe," can instantly shift the experience from chaos to connection. It's also important for the chosen ones to take care of their physical body during these times. Hydration, grounding foods, and time in nature help stabilize the energy. When energy rises too quickly or remains unbalanced, it can cause fatigue or emotional swings. But when it's integrated gently, it strengthens intuition, peace, and clarity. The body is learning to hold more light, and that process, though sometimes strange, is profoundly transformative. Some chosen ones also report sensations of light pressure on their chest or a feeling of being gently held. While this can resemble sleep paralysis, the emotional tone is different. Instead of terror, there is often calm, even comfort. It's as if something greater is present, ensuring that the process unfolds safely. Others feel waves of heat or cool air passing over them, even when the room is still. These are all signs that energy is in motion. The key for the chosen ones is to listen. The body speaks the language of energy. Every pulse, every vibration, every wave of warmth carries meaning. Keeping a journal to note when and how these sensations occur can reveal patterns. Perhaps they align with emotional breakthroughs, lunar cycles, or moments of spiritual growth. Over time, they will see that their body is not betraying them, but collaborating with their evolution. The bed, for the chosen ones, becomes a place of transformation. While they rest, their spirit fine-tunes the physical vessel that carries it. These sensations are proof that the soul and the body are working together. Instead of fearing what cannot be explained, they learn to trust it. Each vibration, each surge of energy, is a reminder that they are alive on more levels than one. So the next time you feel that gentle hum beneath your skin as you drift into sleep, pause before pushing it away. Ask yourself if maybe your body is not malfunctioning, but awakening. For the chosen ones, these moments are sacred. They are the signs of evolution unfolding in real time, the quiet proof that their energy is rising to meet the purpose it was always meant to serve. Habit 5. Waking up with intense emotions or clear messages. Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and before even moving felt an overwhelming emotion? Peace, sadness, clarity, or an unexplainable sense of knowing? It happens so suddenly that it seems disconnected from any dream or memory. For the chosen ones, these moments are not random. Waking up with powerful emotions or clear messages is one of the most telling habits that occur in their beds. It is a sign that something beyond the conscious mind is communicating through the heart, using feeling as the language of the soul. During sleep, the conscious mind releases its grip on logic, control, and reason. The subconscious and higher self take over, processing everything that cannot be solved during the day. For most people, that process remains hidden, but for the chosen ones, it surfaces as soon as they wake up. The emotions they feel upon opening their eyes are often remnants of deep spiritual experiences that occurred during the night. They might have connected with guides, revisited past memories, or received insights meant to guide their next steps. Even if they can't recall the dream, the feeling stays. It's as if the soul whispers, "Remember this vibration. It will guide you today." These emotions can be powerful. Sometimes a chosen one wakes up with tears, feeling the weight of humanity's pain. Other mornings they might wake with lightness, as if their soul has been washed clean. There are also mornings filled with clarity, moments when they know exactly what to do, what to change, or what to let go of. This is not coincidence. When the body sleeps, the spirit travels, heals, and gathers information from realms that exist beyond ordinary awareness. Upon returning, that energy settles into the emotional body, creating sensations that can't be ignored. Throughout history, many spiritual traditions have described this phenomenon. Monks, prophets, and visionaries have long spoken of mornings when divine messages came through feeling rather than words. These moments often arrive with simplicity, yet carry great depth. A chosen one might wake up with a sudden urge to call someone, to make a decision, or to forgive. When they follow that intuition, life seems to align effortlessly. The reason is that the emotion carries encoded wisdom. It's not just a mood, it's guidance in disguise. However, waking up with intense emotions can also be challenging. Sometimes the feelings are heavy, confusing, or painful. This doesn't mean something negative has occurred. It often means that healing is taking place. During sleep, unresolved emotions rise to the surface so they can be released. The chosen ones, being highly attuned, feel this release more strongly. It's important not to resist or label it as something wrong. Instead, they are encouraged to sit with it, breathe, and let the feeling pass through without judgment. By doing this, they allow the energy to complete its cycle and clear space for higher frequencies. To understand these experiences, it helps to keep a morning journal. Writing down the first thoughts or emotions that appear upon waking can reveal surprising patterns over time. Maybe the same feeling repeats on certain days, or similar messages appear in different forms. These patterns often correspond to personal growth, transitions, or lessons the soul is mastering. For example, recurring feelings of peace might signal alignment with one's purpose, while repeated sadness might point toward areas of life that need healing or closure. The chosen ones learn to treat each emotion as a teacher, not an enemy. Another aspect of this habit is waking with clear messages or inner voices that feel calm and certain. These are not hallucinations or random thoughts, they are forms of intuition. The chosen ones may hear a phrase, see an image, or simply know something with absolute clarity. These moments of insight are the result of deep spiritual communication that happens when the mind is silent and receptive. The best approach is to acknowledge these messages with gratitude, write them down, and reflect on them later. Many of them contain subtle but profound guidance that becomes clear in hindsight. It's also worth noting that these emotional awakenings often occur during key life transitions. When the chosen ones are about to make important choices or face new paths, their spiritual connection intensifies. The messages come stronger, the feelings become more vivid, and the mornings feel charged with meaning. The challenge is to remain grounded, to balance the spiritual with the physical, the message with action. Ultimately, waking up with intense emotions or clear messages is one of the most sacred habits of the chosen ones, because it proves that communication with the unseen is constant. The soul does not stop speaking when the body sleeps. The language just changes, from words to energy, from logic to feeling. When the chosen ones open their eyes and allow themselves to listen, they discover that their mornings hold the same magic as their dreams. So the next time you wake up with your heart full, your mind clear, or your spirit heavy, don't rush to distract yourself. Stay still for a moment. Ask what the feeling is trying to tell you. Trust that what you sense is real. For the chosen ones, the bed is not only a place to rest, it is a sacred classroom, a space where the night transforms them and the morning delivers the lesson. If any of these 5 habits resonate with you, it might be more than coincidence. It could be a sign that you're awakening to who you truly are. The bed of the chosen ones is not just a place of rest, it's where transformation begins. So, if you've ever felt these strange but powerful experiences, share your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content like this, and join our community of awakened souls walking this journey together.